Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a part 2 to one of my previous videos where I talked about manipulating your urges and not letting your urges control you, but you actually using your urges to bring into manifestation your desires. This is a follow-up technique, okay, that you should be using with your girlfriend or your wife. However, before I touch on this technique, I'm going to just talk about both the masculine and feminine unison that we need to have before we can actually engage with this technique. So we know the masculine force is the driving generative force, okay? Through this force, this is what stimulates the feminine. This is what you use to really unlock, okay? If you notice, this opens up the woman spiritually, physically in bed. And only via this and having the right key can we open the right lock. Okay, so the right key opens the right lock to great treasure and doorways to new worlds. So it's only in unison of both masculine and feminine. Okay, so finding the right woman for you and you being the right man for her, can we really manipulate reality to its fullest extent and in a positive, wholesome sense. So take time along this retention journey. We're not on this journey to shut yourself off from the opposite sex, because it's a very beautiful thing seeing a woman in her feminine nature and you being a masculine man, as you will be in depth on your SR journey. You're going to attract truly feminine counterparts that will allow us to have this yin and yang connection, okay, to get that circle complete. So the key, opening up the right door allowing you to manifest much faster your desires. Being the masculine, you are the generative force, you're the driver, so you have to set into motion the plan that you want for yourself and for your partner. And the feminine counterpart is going to amplify and multiply that. Society, the society that we're in, thrives off of discord. And if you guys are following social media, you're on the internet and YouTube, there's so much content pitting men against women. We have the red pill, the black pill. We have women on the other side talking about independence and we don't need any man. And the men on the other hand saying we don't need a woman, we can do this on our own, like MGTOW and all these other movements. And while you can take valuable lessons as a man from these things, I've seen a lot of men fall astray, okay, and kind of be counter the opposite sex. I'm not going to engage in women anymore. My essence is only for me and I'm going to use it to manifest my reality without anybody else. However, we have a great gift, and with the right person, we should bestow such a gift. We should share the beauty. This is with the right partner. This is with a feminine woman that we need to work in tandem with. We need to have spiritual synergy. There needs to be a love. And only through this love can we really reap the benefits of retention, and can she truly reap the benefits of you being the best version of yourself. Let's not forget that as we move forward. And so we can see here represented in our Hindu practices, we have the lingam and we have the yoni. And if you look at some depictions of the yoni, you see it's shaped just like a lock. What were the ancients trying to tell us about tapping in to this wealth, or this well of sexual energy that the woman has almost an infinite supply of? The right man can tap into that and bring about a magnificent change in his life and his partner's life. I think the ancients were onto something here, and they were trying to give us really the secrets of the universe, the secret to not just bringing life into existence, but the secret to really warping reality to our favor. But somewhere along the line, somebody realized and said, I can use this to the opposite's advantage, or my advantage and the opposite's disadvantage. And here we are today. We're so separate in modern society, but we need to have this unity, the divine man and the divine woman coming together to give us this divine circuit, which we're going to touch on in a minute. So we have the lingam, and I like to think of the lingam, of course, we know it's the phallus, right? It's a phallic symbol representing here the man's generative organs or regenerative organ, okay? And we have the yoni here representing the female's reproductive organs, the lower nature down here. So when this locks into this being the key, I like to look at it as a genie lamp. And you notice in Aladdin, he only gets 3 wishes, right? And that's it. When he rubs the lamp, akin to when you rub one out per se, right? Boom, he gets his instant gratification satiated, right? He gets that very quickly. And this could be akin to you releasing, okay? You might store up your energy for a certain time, but it's limited in its supply, okay? So storing this up and uniting it here is where essentially we need to get to. So keep that in mind. The woman, okay, the vagina represents an infinite well of sexual energy. You notice if you've ever engaged in sex and then you're going to go after again with another, you want to have another session, your woman can go almost straight away immediately, whereas we have to, okay, you know what, I need some time, give me about 5 to 10 minutes to recharge. Some cases it's very difficult, we might take 10 to 15 minutes to an hour as the woman is ready to go. And this represents the infinite, and I like to look at this as almost a black hole. And think about it. Isn't the vagina akin to a black hole, like a spiritual black hole? You look at, we give our energy to women, and sometimes the wrong women. This is how succubuses thrive, succubi thrive, right? There are so many modern day succubuses that are plastered all over social media that we see, who have thrived off of taking a man's sexual vitality and using that force. Next thing you know, this person's rich, this person has this brand deal, X brand deal, net worth tripled into the multi-millions. So some women know how to use their sexual tool to absorb a man's creative force and give nothing back to him. Those women you have to avoid at all costs and not engage using this technique. This is only for women that you love and she loves as equally, because that is where truly the magic is going to happen. Right, so we've touched on that, and I also want to touch on what a lot of us do as men when we're having sex with a woman. We always think the end goal, the end goal. The man, we're always looking at, okay, what's the end goal? This translates down to here. The moment we start, we think, okay, I want to ejaculate, boom, and your energy's gone. What we should be thinking is there needs to be an exchange equally where I don't release, but I can share and also tap into this infinite well of sexual energy my woman has to offer that I've stimulated, and it's up to you to now manipulate using the masculine essence, okay, to control her flow. It's like a plug going into a socket and it's pulling and charging that device, the device being our lower, okay, our lower nature, our phallus, okay, that is getting charged up. We can tap into this infinite grid of sexual energy that the woman has, and we can use that during intercourse, okay? Circulate that energy and create such a divine circuit. Let's take a look at this now. And so the mistake that a lot of guys make is, I'm just going to draw a very simple stick version of my diagram here to show what usually happens, okay? The man being on top, woman here, her arms. Okay, and so let's just draw a stick phallus there. And what usually happens is the energy leaves through our phallus here, okay? And the woman now, she absorbs all of that. That's the mistake we make. And we're constantly giving, and there's nothing wrong with giving, okay? This serves a great purpose for bringing a child into the world. But if you're not ready for that, and if you want to continue sharing your love, then this is where you need to be. And some might say, well, David, didn't you say in the previous video in part 1 that you have to control your urges? Yes, control. Not just lock away, throw away the key. You have to learn how to control your urges. And we're looking now at the sexual urge in relation to somebody you love. So you're not looking at it through an eye of lust. You're not always sexualizing her. You're not just thinking about her body parts. The way you operate here transcends the physical. So as you move forward in life, as the physical withers, the soul never dies. You love her for her soul and her spiritual essence and not the physicality. Yes, that's a plus, but you're going beyond that. So as you move forward in your relationship, the love is still as strong as it was in its incipient stages. So this is the mistake a lot of guys make here. So we enter, and I've been there myself, a lot of you can attest to this. We think, okay, we start, I just want to finish. And you've just given almost an infinite well more energy. That's cool. That's cool for her. But for us now, man, I'm drained. I need to recharge. How about this? You want to take this same energy that you have and circulate it. Bring your minds back to part 1 of this video where we looked at the breathing technique that you can use to pull the energy up from here, the gonads, up through the back of your spine, up to the crown of your head. It's no different. And so as you are in that position, you're thrusting, you're in and out, you're in and out. You want to focus on your breath work. And once you get to this stage, you should already have somewhat a good level of control over your breathing, pulling, okay? You should have done multiple sessions of you in your sexually agitated state. You're pulling, okay, the sexual energy up from your gonads, up your spine, and you're circulating it in your microcosmic orbit that you have visualized. The visualization and the color is completely down to you. Whatever you visualize, whatever you put your energy towards, that's what it's going to be. It doesn't matter if it's blue, black, or green, the energetic circuit that you visualize. I like to use blue. And so you imagine your blue circuit, and you're going to take that blue circuit, the same microcosmic orbit that you do for yourself in your solo meditation sessions. During sex, you're going to apply that here, okay? In and out. And as you're in and out, you're breathing. And of course, when you're, remember now, this is a black hole. The woman's lower nature, it's like a black hole. So it's going to want to pull from you. And the more potent your essence, the longer you are on this journey, the stronger the pull from her. And it's only natural for her to want to do that because it's coded in us. She wants that, but it's coming from a place of love. So this might take some trial and error. And don't feel down if you do fail, if you release, because again, it's not coming from a place of lust. This is somebody who's on the same journey as you. And of course, you would have spoken to her about the journey and what you guys are trying to do in this love session. So you're in and out, but as you're in and out, you're trying to work against her force, pulling the seed out of you. So you're breathing and pushing it back up through your spine. So you have to keep in mind the visualization sessions. And as you go in, you breathe, because every time you thrust, you're going to feel it almost being sucked down here, wanting to leave. You're going to breathe in, visualize it coming back up. And if you need an extra bit of help, you can clench, okay, the pelvic floor to allow you to kind of lock that in even more. So that's like a double lock to not allow it to continue to flow downwards. And you want to breathe, even pause and pull up. Again, this is slow and steady. Endures, not to finish or win a race, to endure and enjoy the ride. Right, so once you've got that down to a T, what you're going to do next is you visualize your own microcosmic circuit. You're going to, as you caress and you're engaging in this love session with your wife or girlfriend, you're going to now visualize the energy flowing from you through to her. And also down here, you're going to feel her pull and revert that and pull that through you whilst you're pulling up your own sexual energy. So the pull that you feel from her lower region, you're going to take that and pull. And again, visualize it down there. Visualize the locking point. Essentially, visualize the energy concentrating akin to a spirit bomb from Goku. That's her pull and your pull united. And you're going to visualize that and pull, circulate it up through your personal microcosmic orbit, and then caress it, push it through your fingers. Again, you're deep in your visualization process here. You're breathing slowly. Take your time with this. This is not a race, okay? This is endurance. You're not here to finish. You're only here to spread the love, spread the energy. Right, so you've mastered this through trial and error. You've dared, and who dares wins. So don't be afraid to say, man, I don't want to lose my essence. Forget that, okay? Imagine you are a circus leader, a trainer, and you have captured a wild animal. You've captured a tiger or a lion. And you want to bring this lion out to the show, but you leave the lion in its cage for months on end. And then one day you say, oh, the show's coming up, let's take the lion out. Of course, the lion's going to rip you to shreds, okay? The beast will take full control and annihilate you. Retention is analogous to a circus trainer trying to use an untamed beast for his show. It's going to cause havoc and destroy not just the trainer, but everyone else around him. So you need to learn how to control the urge, master it in your meditation sessions. Stimulate yourself through visualization of you and your partner that you love, and then control that, work that energy up slowly. So train it. You need to tame the beast. You cannot just lock it away and throw away the key. There's so many sexual stimulants out there. So I'm just diverging a little bit to talk about you're constantly bombarded okay? And if you don't work on taming this sexual beast, what happens when you're bombarded with sexual content? We can't always avert our eyes to what we are seeing in our day-to-day. Then you're stimulated. How do you do it? How do you control the beast? It's going to take full control of you, and I guarantee you will relapse. So you have to work on taming this beast, okay? So trial and error is key, but you're operating here through a lens of love and not lust. So I don't want you guys thinking, oh man, I've just released, now what? Again, the goal here is to draw from your wife's or your girlfriend's infinite sexual energy, and you're pulling that up and you're using that. And now what you can do, this is now where the magic really happens. And once she gets to her point of climax and orgasm, you are going to visualize, okay, what it is you want for both of you, whether that be greater financial status, certain projects taking off. Remember now, you have your creative force merging with her creative force, akin to Goku and Vegeta fusing. What do you think is going to happen? If you alone have had great success retaining, you've brought things into existence out of the non-physical plane into the physical plane, what's going to happen when you tap into an infinite wellspring of sexual energy along with yours? It's only going to amplify whatever it is you need to do. So you can now take from her infinite pool and pull into you and visualize whatever it is you want to manifest, whether financial, whether it be a better business project or certain things taking off for the greater good, of course, for you and then your progeny that will come after. So this is a part 2. I hope I've made everything clear. If you guys have any doubts, please comment, like and subscribe. Don't count the days, make the days count. Until next time.